guys? What's going on? Welcome in. Obviously, a huge down day today. Recovered almost 800 points or so here on NQ from the lows. Obviously, we came down a little bit here in the PM session, but I'm going to show you what I'm looking at going into the rest of the week, what I'm looking at tonight, and my conditions. So let's just get right into it. So, what I don't like about a potential bottom here in full reversal is this. So obviously we have the makings of, remember last week we wanted the 18486 level up here, right? And I said if we got displacement back up from it, then we could expect maybe a potential return to all-time highs. And then you see we ended up just displacing back below this low, telling us what? Obviously we have a daily FEG here that we did not inverse today, but I don't think that's going to that might send us up here, some kind of 50% here. And let's if you look at here, look where 50% sits. 50% sits back in this new day opening gap from the drop today. So I think a possible instance of this can kind of play out here. I just don't think we're gonna retrace all the way back to all time highs without sweeping this low because now we just have like daily equal lows here with a former weekly low, and I just don't see it happening. And it's also not an SM. Like obviously we can look for reversals if we have that SMT. Obviously we don't have an SMT here because the ES failed to take that low as well. ES ended up just holding this daily FEG2. So what I'm thinking is, we held this daily FEG, swept some of these lows, left equal lows here. So people think it's the bottom and end up chasing. But I think what's going to happen is I think we're in for a Tuesday high of week potentially here. So if we go down to the 4 hour, notice that we did not inverse this 4 hour here. What do you see inside of this 4 hour? Is that daily? Is that new dog, new day opening gap, daily gap, whatever you want to call it? But I think and then look if what I just showed you guys up here, if you draw from here to here, maybe we get some kind of 50% up in. Guess what? Fills the gap. Maybe we tap 50. Maybe ES taps 50, and then we end up pushing back lower down to that up here with this right here being a Tuesday high of weekly profile. That's just what it looks like to me right now. Obviously, if we displace through here, then where do we look? We look back up to this 4 hour FEG that we were watching last week. But it seems to me that this is turning out to be a breakaway gap where we don't expect it to get filled. It just a breakaway gap just shows displacement, and you do not expect price to return back up there until the final liquidity target is then swept. So that's what I'm looking for. Could this happen for fast? And when we come down here on Wednesday, absolutely. Obviously, the spreads and stuff were massive today. Our stop losses were 50 or 60 points on normally just because the range day was insane. So could this be like a Wednesday and then and then we get a Thursday reversal back up higher? Absolutely. But I do think we fill this daily gap tomorrow because if you notice in the PM session, like obviously we were just chopping away, right? But after we got down to this accumulation here, let me show you ES. So if we go look at ES tap 50% down, right? ES hit 50 here. It's we have an SMT on this 11 o'clock low this morning as well, and NQ refused to take that low here. So it's an SMT here, as well as obviously a lot can change with Asia, right? We'll see what Asia does tonight. Maybe Asia sends us back down to take that low too. But look what else happened. ES tap 50, NQ did not quite hit 50. So do we get another run down overnight? Very, we absolutely can. But since ES did, um, we can't continue higher. So what I'm watching is going to be if we get a move back down. Uh, this is the only thing I can see holding price up is this hourly fair value gap, and look where it lines up, right with that 50%. So I'm looking for something potentially. If we get a move down here tonight, I'm looking for something down here, 50% down, go up here, maybe close above high, get a little retest of 50% or something in here, fill the gap, and then potentially move back lower to that 17 338. That's if we get a move back down tonight. If we don't, then we're just looking for something like this, and then a move back lower here, maybe brick structure down, retest. You guys know how all that works back down to that 17 338. So that's all I'm really watching, I mean, this afternoon, obviously this morning was just insane. Huge reversal, obviously off these lows. Probably got a lot of people shorting. You know, everybody woke up to this huge down move, so a lot of people probably chase shorts, and they were not going to let that happen, right? So and then obviously just to move up, what and then we came up and we inversed that. We didn't inverse. We rejected pretty much CE of this 4 hour fair value gap here. So need to see a push through today's high. I do expect this to take that 4 hour high and then up into that gap tomorrow. And then you see like the afternoon just started to play out like a nice 5 hour, a nice 5 minute sell model, 15-minute sell model. You just had what you had. You rejected the 4 hour. You got a close below here. What happens when you get a close below a market structure break? You look for a 50% retracement inside of a fair value gap or an order block. Look what you have here. You're up here, 5 minute FEG. I think there's a 15-minute order block here. We tap into. We hit 50%. It was also a 15-minute BPR, and then we push back lower, right? So we push back lower. If we go back down to the 5 minute chart, what do you see? You see come up 50%, close back lower, and then we look for some kind of 50%. I don't know if we even got near 50%. I think ES hit 50% here. And then you see 5 minute FEG holds, another close below, another 50%. And then this is where ES hit 50%. So NQ did not take that low. And then obviously going into the afternoon. So with that, that's what I'm looking forward to going into tomorrow's. Hope you guys risked on today because, like I said, those moves were pretty insane. So with that, hope you guys have a great evening. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.